Ahoy, friends. It's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I can't believe I can actually talk. Yes, it is the Dennis and Andy show. It is Wednesday at 5 p.m. I am still not at 100%. I'm probably at 65. That's why Dennis did not want to come over here, even though I have a hazmat suit for him to wear. He didn't want to brave it, pussy.
I know. Andy said, I don't know if I'll be able to talk. And I was like, finally, we're going to have a good show. Oh, but now he can talk.
You son of a bitch. Dennis was like, wow, he was so sick. He wasn't on the Kings. He wasn't on the Professionals. If only he bails, it can be a nice conversation between Dennis and Mike by themselves. And Dennis can have a PG rated show for once. But
no, Andy's like, come on over. I'm feeling a little better. I'm like, I am not walking into that germ-filled swill hole and then wind up getting sick because the germs are still in the air. I'm like, I probably wouldn't get sick, but why take the chance? There's so much coming up. Heroes is right around the corner. We're also going up, to the Garden State. So we've got some big conventions. We've got a lot of stuff to do. And by George, Andy needs to get cracking and finish Kor-Drath because he's getting close. We just can't have this everybody getting sick stuff.
well, I worked about a half a day Monday, a little more than that yesterday, and I finished page 61 today. So it is 61 out of 76. So it is moving along nicely. We have a very special guest today, the man behind Private American, which I read and I enjoyed. And of course, Thin Blue Line, another great one. He's got a new project, which is Bronze Star, we'll be talking about too. But first, let's bring him on. It's Mr. Mike Barron.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Welcome.
We're here in the high in the Rocky Mountain state where the air is fresh and clean and you can see a blue sky.
Oh, so you're not getting any of that haze from Canada drifting down like New York is and stuff.
No, but you've all seen the pictures on Facebook all day long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I know how I got sick. Dennis, it occurred to me right before we started. And it does relate back to you, as everything usually does.
Huh. I can't wait to hear
Friday
this
night.
one.
Friday night, myself, my beautiful wife, Dennis, his wonderful wife, and my daughter as well. We all went out to eat. And after we got done eating, I don't know if you've ever done this, Mike. Have you ever gone axe throwing?
I'm tempted. No, but we got couple axe throwing places here in town. And that's funny because it features prominently in my new biker novel.
Oh, nice.
Does it? Well, you need to try it if you haven't. It is a lot of fun.
All right.
It is. And we did it, and it was fun. I've never done axe throwing before. I don't think Dennis has either. I know he's a big dart guy, but I've never done axe throwing. It took us all a bit to get into the gist of it, but when we did, we got rolling. I think Dennis did something to the handle of the axes to get me sick. And even worse is, Mike, while I was adding up my points normal, Dennis was doubling his points every time he was adding them up. So amazing. At the end of the game, I had a respectable 59, but somehow Dennis got over 100. And
Okay, so the real facts never creep out in Andy's side of the story. And once again, I have witnesses, like in a court of law. So Helen did pretty good. She won for the girls. and she wound up with what, 45 points, I think. So Helen did pretty good. Susie did 25. Courtney got a few points. Andy did with 59, but that includes his extra set of turns that he got.
F you, buddy.
Oh, no, we got witnesses. Oh. I wound up without the extra set of turns that Andy got. I wound up with 122 points. So yes, I doubled Andy. The man won the men's division. Helen won the women's division. And even if Andy was a transgender, he would have at least won that division. But that's all Andy could say.
That's true,
Well,
Mike,
I look
because
forward to it.
I believe in fairness. And if I did want to identify that night as a woman, I would not have taken Helen's first place. I would have had my own category like it should be.
And what would you call that category?
What's that?
What would you call that category?
Yeah, now I'm curious.
What? Training category? What else would you call it?
All right.
Oh. But now remember, there is alcohol involved. This place did have a beer
That's true.
wall of electronic cool cards. You put your card in and you get to pour whatever types of beer you want, and it charges you per ounce. You know, we've been to some places like it. So it was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was worth it. It's a little pricey. Normally it's $30 an hour per person. Now, I don't know if anybody really needs to throw axes for an hour, but we did. And as a group, it was fun.
And they didn't, and just, this is a new place. So when she told us it's 30 an hour per person, we all basically were like, we're going to pass. And then she actually came up to us and said, I tell you what, how about 30 for all 5 of you for the hour? And we're like, all right, we'll do that.
It's like a bowling lane. And we're like, see, now that we want to do, we want to kind of try it. And it was worth it. And we were talking, if it's $10 for a half hour or something a person, I think they would get people in there. But, you know, they haven't gotten hardly anybody to do it. And I'm like, well, $30 an hour a person.
What if I bring my own axe?
Sure.
You know what? That would be a good, cool question to ask. They supplied us with 4 hand axes. And, you know, we William Telled it so well. Axe went in. Other axe was so close right next to it, right into the bullseye, that it actually sliced the rubber grip right off of it.
It did. He's not kidding. It really did. I was like, uh-oh, hope they don't charge for that. So
that's part of axes. But it was a lot of fun. So yes, if it's going to be in your new book, Mike, it is worth doing, and because you could put a good twist in there.
Well, you know, my wife Ann went axe throwing the other night. We'll ask her about it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. It's fun, and it did. It only took. My daughter's very uncoordinated, so she did get it to stick a few times. She's also pretty weak, and she'd agree with me, so she wouldn't just say stop it. But you know, Helen and Susie, they were doing pretty good getting it to stick in. Dennis and I were doing, you know, better with it sticking in, of course. But it was fun. So it was fun. But I have another hypothetical for you. Then we'll get the Bronze Star. Strictly hypothetical, Mike. This hasn't happened to either of Dennis or I. So strictly hypothetical. You go to, I don't know, a pizza joint in town. You order up three things to go. Basically, I don't know, we'll say a small pizza, and then their regular size, and then their regular size garlic bread, which is basically, you know, the same size of a regular size pizza, just, you know, no sauce, just garlic, cheese, and whatever, right? And you go to pay, right? And when you go to pay, you look down and you see an amount, and then you tell the guy, or you ask the guy, you go, so you got it all in? And he goes, yeah. And you go, okay, cool. And you give him your card, and he rings you through, and you're like, okay. And he asks, do you want any drinks? I'm like, nope, just the pizzas. He's like, okay. So he rings it through. He's like, do you want the receipt? I'm like, yes, I would. So I take the receipt. Now I'm waiting about 10 minutes for the pizzas to be made in the big pizza oven, and all three come out, and the woman working behind the counter cuts them, and she goes, order up for Andy. And I was like, that's it. Thank you. Take my three, go home, show my wife the receipt. I mean, this is hypothetical. You might show your partner, spouse, husband, wife, whatever it might be, the receipt and say, what do you find out about this receipt? And your spouse, husband, wife, partner, or whatever goes, did they only charge you for the small? And you go, yeah. And then you enjoy your pizza. Now, hypothetically, if that happened to you, would you have alerted the person working the register of their mistake?
I don't like to take advantage of anyone, but that seems like a lot of work.
What does?
Alerting the person.
That does, doesn't it? That's exactly what I thought. And not only that, Mike, that's a good point. Not only it seems like a lot of work, because then I got to go back and redo stuff. You're kind of shaming the person. And aren't we in a society now where that's a bad thing to do, pointing out somebody's mistake? Dennis, what would you have done?
Being the paladin of the group, I would always bring the error to the person's attention and have them properly ring it out so I can properly pay for it. Otherwise, that poor person might not have a job the next time I come in. So
you believe in shaming the person?
Yes, especially if it was you, I would definitely make a scene. But no, I would always properly pay for it. And this has happened many times, just like at a convention, somebody's dropped a $50 bill. I was with another friend of mine. I made sure that person picked it up and found out who it belonged to. And yes, I would always pay for what I ordered.
Well, hypothetically that night, they were also out of the nice sweet treats that we like to get for desserts.
Oh, well.
So maybe I was a little, maybe that person hypothetically was a little disgruntled by that.
Or the fact that maybe he's the one who ate all of them. I don't know.
No, they were all out.
Yes, I would always do that.
I don't know. Mike and I seem like we're the type of people that believe somebody really needs to learn lessons from mistakes. They're called life lessons for a reason. And when you take these life lessons away from somebody, you're not really benefiting that person anymore, Dennis. This is why your kids grew up the way they did.
Yes, successful.
Please.
Just saying.
They are. But that has more to do with Susie's work ethic than yours.
Actually, you're forgetting. I'm the one who homeschooled them. What we got there?
Oh, it's an alligator.
Oop, wrong one.
We're offering this with the next Florida Man graphic novel.
Wow. That's cool.
I like that.
Thank you.
What's it made out of?
Pewter.
It is pewter.
I was going to say, is that actually pewter or does it just look like it?
It's the real deal.
Is it are you offering a limited amount of them?
Oh, something we're going to have to send to China to have more of these made up because I only have the one. But I have been looking for plastic alligators to give away.
Oh, cool.
Oh, see, I'm a pewter guy, so I'm a D&D guy. Back when all of our miniatures were made of pewter and we had to prime them and paint them by hand, which I still do. So I absolutely love pewter. So that's just a cool alligator just because.
Hey, Anthony, I saw your art. I'm for it. It was a guy, Anthony Gonzalez. He Twittered me to show me his cover art. And he wants to do a cover for Bronze Star. And I think it would be a good idea.
Oh, that's cool.
That is.
Very cool. Speaking of Bronze Star, well, here it is. Mike's latest project. That's what we're all here for. Let me blow this up a little bit here. Get a little bit bigger. There we go. So this is running on 2 platforms. It's here and it's on Kickstarter. We're going to be looking at it on Fund My Comic. And I want to watch the trailer. I usually wait to watch it until we have our guest on. So let's watch the trailer. Then we'll talk about it and stuff. Let me hit
War
that.
was America's bloodiest conflict. Over 500,000 died to preserve national unity. When the war ended, Confederates like Harley Brogdon headed west, shooting game for the Army and gambling. When a card game turns deadly, Harley shoots in self-defense, killing the card sharp who threw down first. Wilfred Knorr, the card sharp's wealthy father, will stop at nothing to see Harley hang. Harley flees to Cobb's Gap, an old silver mining town at the foot of the Rockies. A remarkably peaceful town, especially after dark. But the sheriff harbors a dark secret, and no one dares go into the mines anymore. Cobb's Gap is full of secrets. People speak in hushed tones of something in the mine. Something worse than their cursed sheriff. Something even the Indians
Uh-oh.
Fear.
fear.
Weird.
Tired of running, Harley falls in love with a local widow with secrets of her own. But when Knorr's posse arrives seeking vengeance, the stage is set for a showdown with unimaginable horrors from the deepest pits of hell. And every secret will be exposed. Eisner winner Mike Barron and acclaimed illustrator Pat Broderick present one of the weirdest westerns that Comic Dom has ever seen. Bronze Star, a thrilling tale of love, revenge, and supernatural terror from the minds of two legendary creators. It's not the monster you're looking for. Order your copy at bronzestarcomic.com.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I told Mike
So
before
what
the show,
was
we were
the-
talking a little bit that, I'm not a big Western guy, but man, this one really caught my attention. I love it. And whenever you put supernatural stuff in, it's just it's always right there for me. So yeah, very excited to see what you've done with this.
Well, I'm excited to have you see it. For you Pat Broderick fans, this is the greatest work of his career, and that's not hyperbole. It started when I asked Pat, what do you want to draw? And he said, I want to draw a supernatural Western. He's been waiting all his life to do this, and his art is exquisite. It's so beautiful and detailed. They were offering an oversized black and white version.
It's funny because you answered a question, because I was going to ask you what was the inspiration for the story in the beginning. Was it something you came up with and took to Pat, or what? So basically, were you and Pat just talking about working together?
Yes.
Is that how it started?
I wanted to work. We've always wanted to work together. And now that I have a solid crowdfunding machine at my beck and call, I said, well, we'll own it jointly, Pat. And he wanted to do a supernatural Western. And that got my gears turning. Inspiration can come from anywhere. Sometimes when I want to do a certain type of story, like a noir story, I'll just cook it up out of the stuff in my head and what hits me. But when an artist tells me what he wants to draw, I'll build a story around that.
Now, when he said that, was that kind of like the end of his input to the story, or was there more to it back and forth, or what?
Well,
I'm generally curious from a writing standpoint if you just took that and ran with it, or how.
I did. And then when Pat got the script, he made some suggestions. So there were changes along the way.
Sure.
But it's pretty much as I envisioned it.
Oh.
So so he drops that. He just drops supernatural Western. I mean, obviously you've been doing this for a very long time. You've written some great stuff. With your background in it, did stuff just like pop? Like you knew what you were going to do, or did you actually sit back and go, I got to think about this for a while? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes and no. I'm a huge Western fan. I have a Substack column, and I did a recent column on my 10 favorite Westerns. I've been watching them all my life. I've written a couple of Westerns under a pseudonym for Wolfpack, my publisher. One of my best friends is a Western writer, Peter Brandvold. Pete writes 6 novels a year. I'm happy if I can do 3. But the challenge with the Western is to hit all the right notes, but to be original too. Because when you do Western, there are certain traditions that you have to observe. and they're summed up in Gene Autry's The Cowboy's Code.
Mhm.
And the code consists of about 10 commands. There's a cowboy never hurts a woman. A cowboy is kind to children and animals. A cowboy respects the law. And I keep that in mind because
Mhm.
I want my hero to be a hero. And that doesn't mean I don't like anti-heroes. The Wild Bunch is one of my favorite movies. That's in my top 10 Westerns. But those guys, they're a little cynical. They're a little grim. They're not Shane,
Right.
which is also in my top 10.
Did you like Bone Tomahawk by any chance?
You know, I watched it once, and I I enjoyed it up to a point. By the way, the guy that did Bone Tomahawk is one of my favorite directors. He
Right.
also did Riot in Cell Block Number 99,
Oh yeah.
That was great.
which is brilliant, and Dragged Across Concrete, which is kind of a slog across concrete. But I'll watch anything he makes. Bone Tomahawk was interesting. It was grim. It was scary. It was a supernatural western.
Wasn't Bone Tomahawk, not to get off the subject of Bronze Star, but we've got time. Wasn't that his first? That was his directorial debut, wasn't it?
It may have been.
Because after that, because I saw that and I was with you, I liked it. I mean, I didn't love it, but I liked it. And I was like, oh, I'll watch more from this guy. So then after that was the Brawl in Cell Block 99, which I tell you, Dennis, have you seen that one?
Yeah, matter of fact, that is the order I watched it. I watched Bone Tomahawk first, and I was like, oh, again, not bad. I heard it was very graphic, and I was like, okay, I was prepared for it. And then I was like, Cell Block, I enjoyed it. We'll watch that. Oh, now that was a whole different animal. Loved it.
His name is Craig Zoller. He's a novelist too.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like about the movies, his movies are, I'll give him this. When he does the violence, he does get more realistic with it compared to movie, whatever. And the one scene in Brawl in Cell Block 99 that really stuck out, and spoiler alert, but it's been out for years, so if you haven't seen it, too bad. Remember the scene where Vince Vaughn stepped on that dude's head and then drug it across the concrete floor and his face ripped off?
Yeah, I may watch it again. I bought that movie.
Oh,
Well,
did
that
you?
one scene. So a couple things. I love good special effects, and I'm talking not CG, but real special effects. I just love it, and I was like intrigued by that just because I was like, wow, that is pretty gruesome, but that's a great special effect. But then also, honestly, if you I'm willing to bet if it's not a smooth concrete floor like that one wasn't, and you stepped on somebody's face and drug it like that, I'm willing to bet that could probably happen.
Well, I think Cocaine Bear, when we watched that, when her face hit the pavement and it screamed, that's exactly
Yes.
what it reminded me
Have you seen
of.
Cocaine Bear?
Yeah, I tried watching it. It was too silly. It didn't take itself seriously, and therefore I can't take it seriously.
Oh yeah, that's why I enjoyed it though, because it was so over the top and
It
not
was
serious.
over the top.
But I
Hey,
can see your point.
Andy, are you doing an oversized artist edition of Kor-Drath?
I sure am.
Yep.
I sure am.
I would-
And then real quick, just because you brought up about what did you say? Not drag across concrete, but
Dragged
slog.
across concrete.
That movie was so freaking slow. Holy crap!
It was very paced.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is the same guy.
I know.
So, oh well. But yes, I am. And so back to Bronze Star. So that's awesome that you were basically like, Pat, what do you want to do? He throws out this idea and you're like, all right, that's it. We're doing it.
I've been itching to ask you that question.
Yeah, well, I'll have to think about it. I love this. When I first saw this werewolf here, this is what takes me back. My history with Pat, not as a professional, but as a fan. This takes me back to Firestorm. It was either issue 4 or 5 that had a werewolf in it. And I just remember buying it. I bought Captain Atom as a kid because of Pat's work. Green Lantern. I've always loved his work and his rendering, because I mean, for this book, for this type of book, the amount of rendering that he does and detail and stuff, it just fits it so well. It's so organic. So
Yeah, you should see the black and white pages.
you should post some up just for just to show, basically, because I did this on the Kor-Drath website. I put up some of the pages of what they'll look like in the oversized, basically artist edition type book.
Here, I'll send you one on Twitter, direct messaging.
Yeah, I'll show it.
Yeah, because you've got your hardcover artist edition on that as well, and I know there's a lot of people that just love that stuff. So they're going to love it, especially when this is, as it says, for mature readers only. As he's ripping the guy's head off his spine, it's awesome.
Now I'm trying to remember, in the artist edition, will you have it with the balloons too, so it can be read, or is it just the art?
It'll have the word balloons.
Oh, well, okay.
I got to get that page to show you, because it's not coming up from my file, but that's all right. I'm on here on our Bronze Star page, and I'll show it to you in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
So
I just changed my hard drive, and it's been a nightmare.
Oh, God, I hear that. Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty on this. So this sucker is what, 48 pages? Yep, 48 pages. Who's doing the coloring? Who you guys have doing that?
Oh, hang on a second. Who is doing our coloring?
Let's see.
Rob Epps.
Oh, okay. Cool. And I know Pat's been working on this for a while. Is he done with it?
Oh, yeah. And the story is actually longer than 48 pages. There's 49 pages in the main story, because Pat expanded it a little bit. And then there's a 10-page story that's a short story about what happens in Cobb's Gap after the sheriff loses his life and Harley takes over. And it's a complete change of pace, but it's tense. It's very Western. You'll dig it too.
And I assume, is Pat drawing that as well?
Oh yeah, it's already drawn. All the art is finished.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right, so I want to show that page you sent. So let me. Oh, what the? All right, I'll have to do it a different way. Hold on. All right, let's see. Let me just do it this way. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's a miracle I can use this computer.
I was able to pull it up. All right, I'm going to have to pull it up a different way. So let me do this, and I'll pull it up on this window instead. I'm just going to pull it up straight from the Twitter. I was trying to save it so I could pull it up on a different screen and not this other one, but that wasn't working for me. So I'll just do it this way.
So Andy, how long did you say your story was? There it is.
There it is. There's I can't zoom in on it, unfortunately.
No, but I mean, you can see the detail. It kind of disappears and because it's so small, but that's why we're doing the oversized artist edition.
Oh, this last panel, the last panel here with the buildings, and then you've got the midground, and you've got the mountains that are really pushed back, and the nice rendering you did on the mountains and stuff. I mean, Pat's work, even if you didn't, I mean, honestly, the amount of work he's doing in this, this could have been a black and white book. Now, I'm glad it's being colored, but honestly,
it will be a black and white book, just like yours. How long is your story, Andy?
Oh,
76.
Dennis decided to kick me in the balls and write 76 pages. So
That's a thick book.
yes, it is.
It's a graphic novel.
It is.
Yeah,
It
and the
is.
artist
I kept
edition.
telling him every time he breaks my balls, I'm just going to add more pages.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
It's done.
you know, the timing is right because barbarians are experiencing a resurgence.
That's true. But so our oversized black and white artist edition type is actually going to be, as of right now, it's 88 pages, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm doing the covers. I'm doing, Bud Root's cover is going to be in it as well. Bart's cover is going to be in it as well. I can't zoom in. Oh, I can. Let me see how this works. Hold on.
Oh, there you come on. Let it go in.
No,
I really
I'm
want
trying, but it
on
keeps.
that.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No,
I can't, unfortunately.
I've been posting the pages sporadically on Twitter, and I'll continue to do so.
Cool. So when you write for Pat, I assume do you do full script and stuff like you usually do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the complete book. I don't know if you saw Thin Blue Line, but that was
I've got
68.
it, of course. Yeah.
Did you get the black and white edition?
I did not of that. No, not that one.
I'll send you one.
Oh, well, okay, cool. That would be that's cool, and we can do the same. So once ours is out,
Great.
I got no problem doing trading. Trading is nice. So
That's good stuff.
yeah, that'd be cool. Oh yeah, here you go. Here's the cool page. Well, you kind of gave a spoiler already.
Well,
about
yeah,
the sheriff
the
and
only
stuff,
reason we did
so-
that is because that's not the main freaky thing about the story.
Right.
I mean, it's just incidentally, the sheriff is a
Yeah.
werewolf. That's
Oh,
not
damn it.
uncommon.
I didn't know that. I was talking about how you said with the 10-pager, the guy has to take over because the sheriff is out of the picture now. That's all you said.
Right. But the sheriff died.
Right. Oh, that's hilarious. Holy crap, look at that horse. Oh, this is cool. So if this have you guys talked about a possible follow-up, or you'll just wait and see?
Yeah.
Or
In fact, I have a follow-up already written. But
are you
it's
serious?
No, yeah, I am serious. But I need to expand the book because it's only 24 pages.
Oh, okay. And when you say written, you mean as in full script, you could send it off right now?
Oh yeah, Pat's already had it. He's already started illustrating it.
Oh, damn. I thought you meant like I've already got the outline written. I've just got.
No.
So so here's a question. Talk about writing process. I mean, when it comes to something like this, it's totally brand new. Never been on paper before. New idea. Do you just you write like an outline and stuff first? You just don't start
write an outline. Yes.
Panel 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And now for the second one, though, were you able to just dive right in, or do you always write like an outline first?
I always write an outline first. I didn't used to, but now I'm a firm believer in outlines.
Oh, so you didn't used to, really? So
Right.
you would just basically just start whatever the book was, page 1, and have the idea
That's
in your
right.
head and
That's
just
how
go?
I started writing comics. I started with Nexus. I just do the first panel and I proceeded like an inchworm, panel by panel. And it was a very valuable lesson because it taught me to always think about what happens next. And that's the
Right.
essential question in all fiction. Because unless the reader cares, he's not going to turn the page.
Right.
Well, how do you make the reader care? Well, you use everything in the kitchen sink. There are a million ways to make the reader care.
Oh, that's cool. No, the few things I've done for myself, I have to have some type of outline to start with. When people that write, or authors that write novels and stuff, I know that there are the type out there that are just like, oh no, I just boom, blank page, just start going. And I'm just
Very
like,
few people do that.
I can't imagine how.
Elmore Leonard was one of them.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
Peter Brandvold was another.
What's he known for? Because the name rings a bell.
He's the most popular Western writer in the world right now, and Pete writes 6 novels a year. He's an old friend.
Oh, he's the one that writes. Oh,
Yeah,
really? So he starts that way, huh?
Goes. Wow.
yeah, but the thing about the Western is there's already a blueprint in his head, as there are for most Westerns. I don't know if you've noticed this, but they follow a pattern.
Hmm.
And Shane is emblematic of that. High Noon is emblematic of that. It's the lone cowboy against the forces of evil, and many of them are
Right.
based on revenge. And he's also so well versed in the Western and the structure that he just makes it up as he goes along. But his head is bursting with ideas. My head is bursting with ideas too. And but the challenge I find is what ideas to use that will forward the story, and what ideas are just cool ideas that really don't fit in.
What uh, not to go on a too far of a tangent with your friend, but when he writes the 6 a year, are they the same characters and stuff, or are they
No,
just totally
no,
different?
no. He's got a whole bunch of characters going.
Oh,
I just go to Amazon and write Peter Brandvold, Brandvold, and you'll get like
okay.
30 pages of stuff.
Wow.
What's a page count like on those books if he's writing that many a year?
Well, I just read his latest, and I was surprised how long it was. And Pete said it was over 80,000 words. Most of it's come in at a 60,000 word length.
Wow. Dennis, when are you going to write something that long?
That's novels, man. That's a
You know what?
whole different. That's a whole different animal, right there.
It took me 30 years to learn how to write a novel, but that's because I'm a slow learner. But when I get it, I get it. And the thing is, I had a period in my life, it was about 10 years, where I couldn't find any writing work whatsoever. And I had to take any job I could get, including
Right.
janitor. And then we moved here to Colorado. And after my late wife died, I started
Mhm.
writing again. And I was about a third of the way into the book when I realized, holy shit, I got it. I understand story. And once you understand story, you don't make any missteps. You know what's going to contribute to the story and what doesn't. So you don't get off on these sidebars where you're just writing because an idea grabs your attention, but it really doesn't relate to the story.
Right.
Wow.
So how many novels do you have under your belt?
18 or 19 are published now. I'm working on my 10th biker novel right now. It's a real bitch because it's the most complicated novel I've ever written. And it features a crossover with Chuck Dixon's Levon Cade.
No way.
Oh,
Really? Dude, I love those. So I assume that he's writing a part of the crossover as well, and
No.
one of his, right?
No, he's kibitzing and he's giving me advice, but he's not working Josh into his novels. This is a standalone novel, but Cade fits right in.
Oh wow.
Oh, when's that one supposed to come out? Because I'll.
I gotta finish it. I've been working on it for months, but the end is in sight. The end is in sight, so I hope I will finish it. I might even finish it this month. I sure hope I do, and then I'll send it off, and we'll see.
Oh, that's cool. No, I dig that character of his. So
That is cool. It is. Hey, Mike, what's
Yeah.
your Twitter handle so we can pop it up there? Because I'm trying to find you. so
At
we
Bloody
can-
Red Baron.
At what?
At Bloody Red Baron.
all right, while you're doing that, let's go through this sucker. So we've got $10. Do digital. So that's cool. Have you done digital in the previous ones as well? I don't remember.
Yeah, we have.
You have, okay.
You asked me.
And then 20.
Digital
ahead.
smidgital. Digital smidgital.
That's right.
I'm an analog guy.
No, dude, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Right.
$25 for the main cover. I think that's the one I'll be getting, and I'll be backing it here on Fund My Comic. So I created my account before the show, so I can do that.
We're going to send you an oversized artist edition, so you don't have to
Well,
buy
thank you.
that.
All right. Well, and like I said, we'll send you one of ours too once it's done.
Joe wants to know I have an agent. No, I have no agent.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't think Chuck does. Chuck doesn't for his novels, does he?
No, doesn't need
I
an
didn't think
agent.
so.
He's got a publisher. I don't need an
Right.
agent because I've got a publisher.
Different publisher from his, or
Well, Wolfpack publishes both our novels, but he's
oh,
also
cool.
publishing through Vox Day. In fact, he just sent me a big book that he did called Avalon, which is illustrated by Frank Fosco, and it's terrific because it's so rare that you come across a superhero story that's intelligent and believable.
Right. Well, that's cool. Frank's a good guy. And then cover B, that's cool. And then $50 gets you everything and digital.
And signed.
Very cool. Oh, and autograph, I should say. Oh, no, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to back that up. It's the bundle. So it's cover A in digital and the books are signed. So It's not both covers. So I got to correct myself. And then let's see. And then we've got the cover B, which is the same thing, signed and autograph for cover B. And then, of course, the big fat artist edition. Very cool. Retail bundle A is 5 of cover A. I like that graphic too with the little with the short box. That's cool.
Yeah, we're trying to get into a few comic stores. Some comic stores are waking up to what's happening in the crowdfunding area, and they want our books because they're aware that the big two is a dead end, that they're committing ritual seppuku before our eyes.
Right. Well, it's funny. I was talking to a store owner, and he was telling me that the stuff that's coming out, they're definitely taking a sales hit just because it's not selling as well. But he actually said that he can see that the crowdfunding, because it's gotten so big, and with the names that are crowdfunding now, the people that are actually doing the crowdfunding now are making a dent on their sales. So $150 is what? Whole shooting match. So there you go. You get the hardcover, you get cover A, cover B, digital, and autographed. Boom.
Yes, I wish we could include some three-dimensional devices like Ethan does. He's got that whole Cyberfrog action figure line.
There's always, and then real quick, just to touch on original artwork as well.
Yeah.
Or wait, these are commissions. I'm sorry, commissions. It's not art from the book. It's a commission, right?
Right.
Okay.
He's got most of his done, if not all of them already.
Cool. Yeah, well, when it comes to the 3D stuff, you could always look into do like a wanted poster, but that's still a print thing. But there's always stuff like
it makes sense to stick to two-dimensional. It makes mailing so much simpler, and people love two-dimensional bonuses as well, like posters. A poster is a distinct possibility.
A wanted poster? That'd be cool. Just because I was looking at, just the graphic for you and Pat is a wanted poster. But if it was something obviously with the book and it had that texture to it and stuff, that'd be cool.
And here I was thinking t-shirt, bronze star on the front and then the wanted poster on the back.
That's a very strong possibility because we got a t-shirt maker now.
Oh, sweet. That would be cool. Actually, that is kind of cool. A black t-shirt. So it has that nice tan wanted poster on the back with a bronze star, like the logo on the, the breast side or whatever, or just straight across.
The sheriff's logo right there.
Not our mugs, maybe Pat. Maybe Pat's mug, because he looks like an Old West character.
Oh, dude, so when I first saw, let me go back up here real quick, because it cracked me up. As soon as I saw this guy, if that hair was colored gray instead of red, even without the goatee, that's a Pat Broderick mustache right there. So
yeah.
That is funny. Well, what color was his hair before he got older?
It was brown.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I
brown.
remember seeing Pat like 30 years ago at a convention, sitting by the pool in a chaise lounge, and I wanted to go up and say something to him, but I didn't want to look like a fool. But then about 8 or 9 years ago, we were at the same con in San Antonio, and we started hanging out, and we had a great time. And that's where I expressed my desire to work with him someday, and the timing was just right.
Yep. That's awesome.
That's cool. I met Pat 30 years ago, so yeah, brown. But I remember seeing a picture of him. I think from the 70s, late 70s, and it was I was like, wow, you can still tell it's Pat, but it was just like 70s Pat, long hair and stuff. So, and now he's if I remember correctly, isn't he like me, just down here and clean up top?
No, he's got hair on top.
Does he? Not
Yeah.
much.
Oh, geez. Now I have to go look.
Does he really? I swear he was bald bald up top like me. He doesn't have much then. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say he doesn't have much. I keep telling Dennis he needs to shave his head. He just got a haircut yesterday from his wife.
See that?
You're right.
$20
He's bald.
I slipped
He's
her.
bald.
He is. See? Okay.
Bald as a billiard cue.
There you go. It's the way to go, Mike.
Yeah.
Turtle wax all the way around.
That's right. It's the way to go, buddy. You should do it.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
What the hell is that?
come on.
Well, I can't wait to find out about all the supernatural stuff. I that kind of stuff just really piques my interest. So I always kind of love that. So I'm very curious. Like I said, I'm glad it's going to be shipping soon.
Yeah, I know. I see that October, which,
Yeah.
like you said, is the book all colored too, or is that still
Oh,
being
yeah.
worked
Yeah.
on?
No, it's all going to be colored except for the
No, I mean, is it done?
We're in the
coloring.
process.
I don't know. I think it's mostly done by now because Rob's been working away on it. As far as I know, it's mostly done. It may be done by now.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Well, thank you,
Randy
guys.
says nobody's going to scout me. This was done a long time ago. Actually, the first person to shave my head, the very first person was John Beatty's girlfriend at the time in the late 90s. My wife and I went over to his place because they kept telling me, just shave it. Just shave it. Come on. Chrissy will do it. And I'm like, all right, fine. So, yep, John Beatty's girlfriend at the time in 1996 or 7 was the one to shave my head.
So now, did she do this for a living, or was this like, here's
No.
the razor, have at it?
No, she did not do it. That was not her profession. No.
Have you been shaving it ever since?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I let it go every November. I always do the no shave November and don't shave anything for the month of November. So I'll start the month off.
When you do shave it, do you use an electric razor or do you foam it up and use a straight razor?
No, I don't use a straight razor, but I use a real razor, but I shave it in the shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Every other day is shavable. 2 days, and then it's noticeable. It's like the 5 o'clock shadow up top. So yeah, every other day.
So Mike, agent comes asking who's coloring it. He probably, I think he hopped on after we were talking about it.
All right, let me find again.
It's Robert Epps, right? Isn't that it?
Hang on. Rob Epps, that's correct. Rob
Epps.
Epps.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Picks up. Well, actually, I'm gonna pull the screen down because I think I have to enter my credit card stuff. But I will actually. I will back it now. So let me do that.
Because you were only $3,000 or $3 away from
Oh,
7.
we're past that now.
Oh, you are good. Well, you're going to be a little bit more. This is my first time, so I gotta get used to the learning curve, if you will, include
So Mike,
message, no
with
message.
Find My Comic, and I know with your issues and stuff that you chose them. How's your experience been? Because I know absolutely nothing about them.
About what?
Fund My Comic.
Oh, well, they're a new organization and they're still looking for their footing, but I think they've worked most of the kinks out now, and it's going along very smoothly. And we would like everybody to support Fund My Comic uh, because they're not nasty pricks like the people who run Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Oh, now that is a
I hear
ringing
ya.
endorsement because they're not nasty pricks. That means they're good people. Well, that's good.
That's right.
That's good.
Uh-oh, what'd it say?
I'm assuming setup is very similar to Indiegogo and Kickstarter, the way you put everything in. I mean, it looks very similar.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Thankfully, Chris does that. Chris runs the whole show. Chris arranges for the printing. It's his idea to the oversized artist edition. If it weren't for Chris, none of this would be happening.
Did you say before that that's his voice on the trailer, or no?
No, that's Sam Elliott.
What?
It sounds like him, though, doesn't it?
I was
Yeah, I was
going
gonna
to
say,
it
what?
does sound like him, but unless you're friends with him, how would you pull that off?
Is that the guy? Because that's the guy who does all the trailers, right?
Uh-oh. Mike lost Mike's voice.
Lost your voice.
This damn thing, I keep hitting it with my elbow.
There you
Chris runs a videography company in Chattanooga, so he's been doing this for years. He's got a lot of voice actors he can draw on.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, because that is a great sounding voice. It does sound a lot like Sam Elliott, who's, of course, one of my favorites and who I picture whenever we talk Westerns, like modern day Westerns. You know, just like when the show The Ranch came out, I was like, oh, Sam Elliott, got to watch it. I mean, you just got to.
Yeah, I'm dying to see that Yellowstone spinoff he's starring in, but I don't get Paramount. I just finished watching all the Yellowstone I could, and I'm hooked. I love Yellowstone.
I haven't started yet. Everybody's telling me to watch it. So after Fubar here, I think that might be the one I plunge into because there's quite a bit of it.
Did you get Peacock?
Well, it's ending
no.
now, isn't it? Isn't Yellowstone ending?
Yeah, I'm halfway
you
through
don't
the
know?
5th season. That's the last season, and they haven't dropped the final 6 episodes yet. And I will see them when they come out, and then I'm going to watch 1893 and 1923 and anything else they want to do with it. Because Taylor Sheridan is a real talent. He also wrote Sicario, which is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, Sicario's great. Did he do the sequel to Sicario as well?
Did a Florida Man series. Is that based on your Florida Man comic?
It's based on the novels. The novel came first, and then the graphic novel. The first graphic novel was kind of a Frankenstein's monster that we pulled together from bits and pieces, and several artists worked on it. The new one is very consistent. It's a lot funnier. It's a lot tighter. I'm really excited about it.
Let's see. Randy Howell says, "Hey Mike, congrats on the success of Private American on Fund My Comic." So there you go.
Thank you, Randy.
Cool. Mike, do you have Amazon Prime by any chance?
No.
What's that?
I get Netflix and a bunch of free streaming channels and Peacock.
Oh, do you have Freevee? I think it's called.
Yes.
So there's a show called Jury Duty. Have you heard of it?
Nope.
It's
writing it down.
It's 6 episodes, and they're only it's 8 episodes. I'm sorry, 8 episodes. They're only a half hour long, and the premise is this guy named oh my god, I'm still sick, so I'm blanking on his name. What's the dude's name again, Dennis?
Was it Rob?
I can't remember. Doesn't matter. The the premise of the show is this guy's picked for jury duty, and it's in California, in LA. And he was told that during the jury duty process, it's just for a civil case, so it's not like some big case or anything. And during the process, there's going to be a documentary film crew filming it so they can make this documentary on what it's like on a jury for jury duty. Well, what the guy doesn't know is everybody, the 11 jurors, other jurors, the alternates, the judge, the witnesses, everybody, the lawyers, plaintiff, the defendant, they're all actors. And it's not obviously until the last episode that he's let in on it and finds out. So it is awesome. Do you know the actor James Marsden? He played Cyclops.
The name sounds familiar. I'm sure I'd recognize him if I saw him.
You'll recognize him. He's in it, playing himself. So because it takes place in LA, and he's, he got picked for jury duty as an actor because he's a regular person, of course. He plays the narcissistic douchebag actor that you typically think of during the whole thing so well.
He was awesome.
And this isn't a spoiler, but in the 8th episode is when, they pull the curtain back and the guy finds out. And that's when they do a lot of the cast interviews and stuff. He is such a nice guy. And you could tell that some of the stuff that he was doing during the show was just painful for him because he's not that type of person.
Well, the guy who's starring, is he an actor too? Or is he the only?
No, he's unaware. It's almost reality TV. Well, because everything's set up and he's just unaware. He just thinks he's in jury duty, and it's great. I mean, you really get a sense with these characters. Andy and I are going to be doing a review on this because it is definitely worthy of one, but it is absolutely worth a watch. It's got the humor, it's from the guys that did The Office and stuff. It's really got their humor and what they've done on it.
I love The Office.
Fun. Yeah.
And one of the best things about it is because the one person that they got to be on the jury, because they basically put out a call to 2,500 people to send in a video saying why they want to be a part of this documentary on jury duty. And, they picked this one guy. His name's Ronald, actually, I think. So, they picked this guy, Ronald, who, like Dennis said, he's a real guy. He's not an actor. He just came in to do this. And, I mean, the guy, he's just such a nice guy. Because since this was being filmed, some of the people on the jury, they gave him some of these weird sensibilities, we'll say, about their person to see how this guy would act around him, because the other thing about it is the jury is sequestered. So they have to stay in a hotel together during the 3-week trial. So
does he know he's being filmed?
No.
Yeah, he knows he's being filmed as part of the documentary.
Yes.
So there's the camera crews that are around filming the documentary, but then there's hidden cameras all over the place that the guy has no clue about.
Yeah, it's just a great setup. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Joe's saying that the prequels for Yellowstone are actually better than the original. So there's prequels too?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing them. But Yellowstone, I love it. I love the characters. They're so extreme.
Yeah, I've watched some episodes of Yellowstone, and I did enjoy it. I just haven't, I guess, dove in, and because I don't think I have the platform that it actually streams on.
It's on Peacock. But the thing is, that the weather's getting nice here, although it's been raining for a week and it's going to rain for another week. But when it's not raining, we go out at night to see music.
Well, yeah, man, where you live, there's got to be music every night, right?
There is.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
1923, and Harrison Ford is in 1923. Oh my God. How am I going to
Wait,
find
Harrison
time to
Ford
do
and
this?
Helen Mirren. I thought they were in the 1823 one. They're in the 1923 one or 1883.
Sam Elliott really does star in the 1883 one.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, because in the one with Harrison Ford, are him and Helen Mirren married in it or no?
I don't know. I'm just
Oh, you haven't watched that yet either.
no. I don't get it. It's on the
Oh, oh.
Paramount Plus. And I would love to get it, but I got enough now.
Yeah, that's just
No, I
it.
hear
There's
you.
too many streaming services.
Well, you got Netflix. Have you tried watching Schwarzenegger's Foo Bar?
No, but I'm going to give it a shot.
I like it so far. I'm 3 episodes into it. I don't know. I'm going to say it might turn you off a little bit because it's not as silly as Cocaine Bear, but it definitely plays a little fast and loose.
What is that noise?
That's my garage. My wife.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it was because my garage does the same thing.
I'm above it, so they're
Yeah.
obviously running out somewhere.
Yeah, I'm right above my garage too.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
I usually mute the mic, but
we finished The Citadel, and which was a good one, and then The Diplomat, which was fantastic.
Yeah, I recommend The Diplomat.
oh yeah, we could talk about that real quick before we close it and end with Bronze Star. The Diplomat. So Agent Cub, real quick, he says Foo Bar is horrible. I'm not going to go out and so I'm only 3 episodes in. Pardon the garage door. They're running out. I'm only 3 episodes in. I was telling Dennis, I don't think it's horrible. I think it's entertaining. I hear you, Marcus. I find it entertaining. But like I said, Mike, I'm curious to see what you think because it is definitely more comedic than I think it should be for. I mean, I think I heard Arnold say like it's almost like a follow up to True Lies because he's basically the same thing. He's a 40-year CIA agent and his family never knew about it. And he's got
that's an original idea.
Well, and then he's got one last mission, and he discovers on that mission that his daughter, who's 28, has been an undercover CIA agent for the past 10 years, or 8 years, 10 years, something like that. And he never knew about it because they kept them apart on purpose. So now they have to work together.
Hollywood truly is the house of ideas.
Yeah. Wait, new Jack Ryan is coming on Prime June 30th.
Great.
Love Jack I'm Ryan. Not even through season 3. Are you saying season 4?
I haven't seen season 3 yet. I've only gone through the first 2. Yeah, because I get them out of the library on DVD. I don't get that streaming service.
Wait, now I'm trying to think. What do you remember? What season 2 was about, Mike?
Yeah, it took place in South America with drug lords.
Yeah, so season 3. It is season 4. Holy shit! 4. I got to finish season 3. Okay, now I know because season 3 has to deal with a nuke. I'll just leave it at that. In Russia.
I'm watching a show called The Unit that I can't praise too highly. It's created by David Mamet, and it's about a military unit that answers only to the president, and it is so hardcore.
Oh. Well, what's that on? That's got to be Netflix, right?
Again, I bought the DVDs at a pawn shop, the first one, and then I ordered the second set, and it's just brilliant. But if you have one of those remotes like I do, where you just speak the name of the show into the remote, it'll go right to the show.
All right, I'll have to check it out. That's a few years old, right?
2006 to 2009. Dennis Haybert. Oh, see now, I love him as an actor.
He's brilliant. The whole show is brilliant. The whole show is brilliant. I can't tell you how hardcore it is. Incredible.
Oh my God, Robert Patrick.
He's great too.
Oh, he's good.
Oh my God, how have I never even heard of it? Oh my, Wes Chatham. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I've got to watch this. Never saw this. Never even knew about it.
So I know Reacher was on Amazon Prime, and you don't have that. But were you able to watch Reacher? Has that come out on something you
No,
can
I
watch?
haven't
Or no?
seen that yet. I no, I haven't seen that. I've seen the Jack Ryan movies. You know, those
Ah,
ones, the Chris Pine. Well, the Chris Pine one was good.
Yeah,
wait. Chris Pine played.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh
who's
no,
the,
I was talking about Reacher. Sorry, not
no.
not
I'd like to see Reacher. It's just I haunt the library, and when they get
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in their
yeah.
DVD place, then I take it out and watch it.
Yeah, it's worth
Oh no,
watching. Right.
I like the Jack Ryan movies. I do like what's his face, Dennis, who plays who's our man from The Office that plays him in Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, he's great too.
John Krasinski, is that how you say his last
Yeah,
name?
Yeah.
John Krasinski.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah, he's very credible. It's so funny because you look at him on The Office and he's just this schlump.
Yeah.
That just shows you he's a terrific actor. He's probably grown into that role a little bit too. It's helped that he's aged a little.
Well, I've seen the guy that played Rainn Wilson, the guy that played Dwight. I've seen him obviously in many other things since The Office, and even he can look tough because on The Office that was not the word you would use to describe him. So
Right, right.
Joe says, "Do not waste your time with Lords of the Rings, Rings of Power." My friend, I took that bullet for all of you and watched it, and it
you did.
seriously is one of the worst things I have ever watched in my life. I'm still recuperating from it, so I will not be watching the next one. I have checked out.
Good to know.
Oh yeah, dude. Don't watch those. But
Yeah.
all right, guys, we are going to wrap it up.
All right.
So everybody check out Man, I am so out of it. It's just not connecting. Everybody check out Bronze Star. I backed it. Dennis backed it. You should
Yep.
back it as well. It looks like a great Western. Pat Broderick is back, so that's very cool.
Yeah,
I love
we're going
being
to leave
able to
all
get
the
stuff
links
from-
down below. So those of you that are
Yep.
watching this not live, it'll be down there so you can click on it, and we're going to take you right to Fund My Comic.
That's right.
Good,
And
guys.
Randy likes to show the totals. So the total on both platforms for Bronze Star is now $18,293, 301 backers. Randy backed it as well. So that's awesome. Thank you, Randy. And of course, before we go, we can't leave without mentioning Kor-Drath, The Reckoning. I just finished page 61 out of 76. Hopefully get this train back on track now that I'm feeling better. And check it out, guys. 76 pages, ball-busting, barbarian, bloodlust, bloodthirsty action. Kor-Drath's tribe is overrun by a legion of the undead, and now he is on a mission with his sorceress lady friend, Adriana, to find out why. Why was his tribe ransacked? What would this person be after? What the hell is going on? Kor-Drath wants to find out. Take this journey with him through the 76 pages. You can read the first 8 here. You can go to Kor-Drath.com. That link is in the description below, and read the first 11 because there is a naughty page that probably would not be allowed on Indiegogo. So go check it out. Like Mike said, we've got the oversized artist edition as well. So if you're into that, you definitely want to get that. 5 different covers to choose from. Like Burger King, have it your way, or get them all, because you can do that too. And check it out. And Dennis is working hard, busting his ass on this game module. I know he's played it a couple times. You got to work the bugs out on these things. And Dennis wants to deliver the best game module he can. Isn't that right, big guy?
It is. As a matter of fact, one of our buddies, he's got it right now, and he's looking it over. I have play tested it, and I'm waiting for a little bit of feedback because I don't want it just to be a fun story that incorporates into the world. I also want it to be very retro reminiscent of the old modules from there as like a nice throwback for this first game.
There you go. So guys, go check that out. And the t-shirts will be coming down sometime in the next 6 weeks, sometime in July. These babies are going to be sent off to get made. so we can ship them out for t-shirt weather. So check them out. The Kor-Drath Maine t-shirt with my artwork is an awesome one, but I would also suggest the Bud Root Lilith t-shirt. Colors by Dan Lawless. So if you didn't pick up his cover, you can at least wear the shirt. And winter is coming, so get yourself a Kor-Drath beanie to keep your head warm, even if you have hair. I mean, look at Dennis. He's got hair. He doesn't have much. He needs a beanie to keep that head warm.
That's because my
So
wife
there you go.
shaved me, baby. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
I have a thick lion-like mane.
That's funny. Okay, next week is Wednesday before Heroes Con. Billy Tucci is going to be joining us. And then not only he'll be on our show on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, I'll see him in person here in town for Heroes Con. So join us next Wednesday for that. Hopefully we're going to catch a movie tomorrow night.
Teen Sensation will be joining us.
That's right. Thank you for joining us, Mike. And looking forward to Broad Star, brother, and everything else, of course. So.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You got it. We'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.